If you've seen the title of this video, then you probably know what we're talking about. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the death of Outcome Memories, which just happened in the past few days. Of course, this was the time I decided to take a 1 week break from the game, and the entire thing blew up like a giant Fabergé chicken egg. But in today's video, we're going to be going through everything that we know of at this point, what the future for this game is, and honestly, what's going to happen next. But anyways, before we begin, I want to say make sure to like and subscribe so you can get more content like this. But anyways, let's start off with what? So, in the beginning, I only found out of this this morning, so, you know, a little late on the information. But basically, I've only realized after this after seeing 5 of the EXEs were scrapped. That's right, before we get into the main controversy, let's get into the characters that were actually removed. These being Genesis X, the Allfather, Faker or EXE, 2017X, and Corin X. The reason why these 5 EXEs, and probably some of the more popular EXEs, were removed was for the fact that there was creative differences between the team and the original creators. This means that the original creators didn't really want these characters inside of the game anymore, so they were removed because of the controversies. So that means there might be a slim chance in the future that we might actually get them, but in reality, it's very low. So from a roster of 19 EXEs, we're now down to 14. Hey, but we can't complain too much since I still got my boy End and I still got my boy Rewrite. So you know, things are looking pretty good. And it was also revealed that the final 2 slots for the survivors were actually a scrapped character that I talked about in my scrapped characters video and a new one they haven't introduced. These 2 characters were being Big the Rabbit and Whisper the Wolf. These 2 unfortunately will most likely never see the day of light since they're still very early in design, not even modeled yet. So that means with those 2 characters, all of the survivors inside of the game have been fully revealed. But now we're going to move on to the more sensible spot in the thing I was kind of avoiding in the beginning. The thing that I've been avoiding and the major part that kind of sucks about this is Outcome Memories has been shelved, not cancelled. I've seen many videos saying that the game has been cancelled, the thing is gone. That is not true. It has been shelved. If you don't know what shelved means, inside video games, when a game gets shelved, it doesn't mean it's cancelled. When a game gets cancelled, that means it's no longer being worked on, all development has stopped, and basically the entire team decided to move on or straight up just break apart. When a game is shelved, that means that the people who've created it still want to work on the game, but they don't want to do it at this point. So it's basically postponed. This means that, for example, development with the team could start in like 2 months, or it can never be touched again, like a cancelled game. But the reason why it isn't cancelled is because people still want to work on it, but it's the fact that right now, it just isn't really that wise. That's why it's considered the term shelved. As of now, I'm not sure if we're going to get 0.3 free as of this time. I don't really know if shelved means the fact that we aren't getting part 2 of version 0.2, or if we're still working on that and releasing that and then calling it quits. And of course, I'm still missing a lot of the information, which I will post about more if I do get. Well, it's kind of the fact that I'm not on Twitter, so I got like 20% of the information. Like for example, when I was on Discord, I only found out about 2011X and EXEs removed. But when I went on to the wiki, turns out like half of them were removed without me knowing. Then because of this is one of the main reasons why some of the EXEs were pulling away. It's because this game has had too many controversies, almost like every other asymmetrical horror game. And honestly, I can see why the creators decided to pull out. And as you saw a few days ago, Romeo did post a thing to address this, and the fact that they aren't quitting the game, and I'm pretty sure no one has quit yet, so don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure no one has quit yet, and that means that there is a chance that everything should work itself out. And of course, the game will still be staying up, like I said, since what is the point of removing it? There's nothing to gain from doing that. And we're not going to go fully into the controversy since A, I don't really know about it since I can't find the information on it, and B, it's really a he said, she said, you don't know what they said over here under the bed type of situation. So until the thing becomes more transparent and focused on, we'll do that at a later time. But with Outcome Memories, this might be the end of this. This means we'll no longer be getting updates until a set upon time, and this means that the game will no longer or maybe get support. They haven't really stated about that. I'm still new to the shelved meaning, so it could mean that the game isn't getting updates but still gets balance changes and stuff. Like I said, only time will tell. And what that means for me as an Outcome Memories content creator, well, I might be a little screwed. So at this point, I want to say that if there's any other games that you want to see, make sure to comment down below, because I will be trying some new things. Of course, we're going to stay with Outcome Memories, and we still have many videos to do, including some about all of the lore videos if you want to see them, so make sure to comment down below if any of that interests you. But inside of Outcome Memories, the game is currently in a state where anything is super fragile but at least the main developer, Romeo, is still staying with it. When we get into his 4-minute video, I've already watched most of it, well, half of it at least, and it's pretty much saying that even though that everything is going on, they're still sticking with it and still trying to stay strong throughout what's happening. Even though there's been many issues, the fact that the main developer, Romeo, is still staying with it means we should support them fully as we can. Because remember, I've said this before when it was having problems before Outcome Memories, and the fact that this is a passion project. They're not making any money from this. This is not like a Forsaken or any other games on Roblox. This thing is purely for what they wanted to create. Kind of like Outlake when he created GD. And remember, many of these people are around the age of only around grade 10 to like university. When many of them are struggling with school and stuff, it's hard for them to actually work on top of the game upon of all the stuff they have to do with it and all the controversies that are currently going on. So because of this, we can't fully blame them, because if this was, for example, something like Forsaken, maybe you could, but the fact that they don't make any money, and this is purely just for enjoyment, and they aren't really feeling enjoyment from it anymore, means that we should really just wait and see, because we don't know what's going on. And because of all of that, it's really important to stay strong as a community. I recommend not trying to backtalk anybody, since this isn't really anyone's main fault. This has been going on with many different people. But what I'm trying to say is that still play Outcome Memories, still play all the TD remakes, they are all amazing, but as of right now, this might be the end of the Outcome Memories for development. It may be the end of the game entirely. But with that, that's end for this shorter video. Honestly, I posted this just to make sure that you know what's going on and how a broad perspective looks on it. We're not going into any specific detail, but to understand what the shelving means and what's going to happen. I also have to mention that Lord X is not being scrapped, as many people may have thought. That was indeed a fake news thing. So instead of 60 EXEs getting scrapped, there's only 5, which still sucks, but I mean, at least the GOAT Lord X still wants us to play his game. But anyways, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you all liked and enjoyed. If there's anything you want to see else, any new ideas you want for this game, make sure to comment them down below. But anyways, if I don't catch you in game, then I guess I'll catch you next video. Later.